My name is Emiliano De Laurentiis, and this is Brainwaves, the Knowledge Avatar Experience. Knowledge avatars are digital personas that are reshaping how we learn, share, and interact with knowledge. In each episode, we're going to uncover how innovators are using knowledge avatars to accelerate their personal and professional growth. I hope you enjoy the show. Today we have Kathy Tarochione, who's the founder and CEO of the Golden Life Community, a lifestyle empowerment organization for women over the age of 55. Hi, Kathy. Thank you for coming today.
Hi, Emiliano. I'm really happy to be here. This is going to be a good show. You know why? Because both of us have a lot to say, and it's all important.
It is. We have a lot to do as well. We have a
Yeah.
partnership, and we're setting up plans for the future. I'm really looking forward to all of that. So
Yes.
tell
Yeah.
me a little bit about the GLC, Golden Life Community. And what does it do? What does it offer?
Well, Well, can I first start with real quick? This is
You
an
may start
organization.
with however you
Oh,
like.
okay.
You're,
A little over 3.5 years ago, I formed an organization, or I formed a Facebook group, and it was about 300 women. And these women, we were just together. We called it the Golden Girls Community, and it was strictly for us to be able to complain sometimes and to share with each other. But it really more was about us getting together in a sacred space. So I ended up in the hospital, and I was given a year to live, and I realized, okay, well, you know what? I was really sick, and I decided to do a Facebook video, a live video. It was only like 5 minutes long, and it was filled with tears, with emotions and everything. And it was only a Facebook group, and it was only posted on Facebook, Emiliano. And I ended up getting a little over 100,000 views from people sharing it. And I got over 2,000 comments of women saying, "Oh my God, we need to talk about this." Because I realized at that time, we don't really share the way we should. We want to, but we're afraid to. So
so,
I
so,
said,
so, so, let me interrupt you a second. So women are known for being good communicators, at least with each other. So has something changed over the years, do you think?
they're good for, well, let me put it this way. Women have been notorious to men and to women that they're not necessarily, that they don't necessarily know. If they know them very well, then they'll be authentic. But otherwise, they put on a persona that they're professional, they're this, they're that, that nothing is wrong with them, and then they go home and they complain to their best friend about what's going on in their life. But they're not authentic to everyone. They're not authentic to a group of women. They become fearful. They say, "Oh my God, they're going to judge me. I don't want to have to deal with that." And here I was in the hospital, very vulnerable, being told I'm going to die, and I was very open. I said to them,
Yeah,
"Listen,
yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to croak soon, but if I do, I want you to know it's going to continue to go on." And I have been very authentic for years, but after I was given that life sentence, something clicked in me. I'm not sure what it was, but it was almost like a relief of saying, "Okay, now I have a deadline. I'm not necessarily going to meet it, but
Yeah.
I have a deadline." And
There's a real drop dead
yeah,
deadline.
yeah, but it was like it was
Not to
giving
make light
me
of it, but
yeah, it was giving me the opportunity to be able to do and say what I wanted to do. It was like, "Okay, Kathy, now you can be carte blanche. You can say whatever you want." And I started to do that, and that was 3 years ago. And I got to tell you, I have felt so much better. Before that, every time I would have a thought and I would have an emotion, if it was negative, then the feelings that I would get would be a stomach ache, a headache. I would get, you can see that I'm on
oxygen.
oxygen, and I would really make myself sick by my own
Yeah.
thoughts and emotions and my feelings. So I realized that if I can get this out and I can be authentic and I can talk about, the word authentic is a little bit ambiguous. Let's just say, let's be real.
Yeah,
I
let's
could
be
be,
real, right?
I could be
Be yourself.
real
Yeah,
about who I was and the things that bothered me and the things that I was able to overcome. So then I realized, oh my God, I can share what's going on with me so I can help other women, because it's not about me. It's
yeah,
about what I can do for others. And that's how the Golden Life community started, realizing that the real issue is not having mental strength.
yeah. And
Aging
this is a
women,
yeah. I'm going to say this is a message also for any entrepreneur, an entrepreneur who, when you're younger, you think that, well, if I make a mistake, I can always pick myself up and try again, right? And
yeah,
but when time gets shorter and shorter as we get older, or like in your case, when you had a real dire deadline, um, then you realize that just have to get the work done and focus on on what matters the most.
right,
Yeah,
right. Yeah. And well, for me in particular, I felt like I was on borrowed time, so I had to get a lot done and I had to get out
yeah,
what I wanted to say so that I didn't have to carry it with me.
yeah,
Plus the fact when I on oxygen now, after I was in the hospital, just this past October, I ended up in the hospital with COVID pneumonia. So now I had COVID pneumonia, I have COPD, I have congestive heart failure, I have rheumatoid arthritis, and when I was in the hospital, I had a stroke. So all of these things combined, my cognitive skills were really, really challenged. So
right.
I found even more that if I had to say something, I better say it right away because I'm going to forget it.
And here you are, just a few weeks. Here you are, just a few weeks later, looking fabulous, by the way. Just
Oh,
smiling and
well, let me be perfectly honest on this. After I got out of with COVID pneumonia, I was in intensive care for 2.5 weeks, and turns out that I ended up getting long COVID. So then I lost my hair. So this is a wig. It's pretty cute.
yeah.
It's the best I can do.
It's
It's
gorgeous. Yeah,
but that was a devastating thing for me, and I needed to talk about that to the women in our Golden Life community. I needed to share with them the fears that I had about it, and the devastation about it. Plus, I also gained 30 pounds, which is every woman's nightmare.
pretty fair.
Every
Yeah,
woman's nightmare. And
yeah.
but it is what it is because this is who I am,
So,
and
what are the issues? What are the issues that you try to address for women over the age of 55, and how are you going to do that?
the biggest issue for me is building friendships. The friendships are, it's hard to build a friendship when you get older because you lose a lot of your friends through the years and things change and you move, and especially when you get older, your friends pass away. And there's a fear of, oh, I don't want to become too close to that person because I'm afraid they're going to die on me.
Yeah, and
And
there's an
that
epidemic of loneliness right now, isn't there?
I was just going to say, and then the loneliness enters into it. And then there's the isolation because the more your health starts to go down, the more you're isolated in your home because you can't get out the way you did before, i.e.
Yeah,
myself. I'm
yeah,
tethered to a 40-foot cord. I can only go out for an hour at a time because my portable runs out, and I'm no longer able to drive. So I have to have a personal aid take me, and those are the things that restrict you. And so I had to learn a way to bring the world to me,
yeah,
and the way to do that is through using digital media,
yeah,
digital media. And that's one of the reasons why we decided to when I first met you, we were both talking about developing avatars, and my goal was, I want to be able to tell my story. I want to be able to have my family remember me. I want to have the
yeah,
Golden Life community, all the Goldens, remember who I was, so that if something happened to me, the legacy continues to carry on. And
yeah,
more so, they get to know what I was really like in my personality. It's one thing to read about it, it's another thing to really hear from the horse's mouth. So that's why when you and I met, you were in the process of developing an avatar, and I was in search of a legacy memoir avatar, and that's how we got together. And now we're proud to say that we have a partnership,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
we are moving forward with having this golden legacy living memoir, which begins with me, and I'll be able to share about
yeah.
what my life is all about.
Yeah, I think that this is going to this will be such a game changer for so many people because writing a memoir in prose and as a book is hard, and
It is.
you have to think about a lot of things and grammar and structure and it takes people years to write a memoir if they ever write it at all. But using AI and using the Knowledge Avatars platform, people can just put in their thoughts, the thoughts of the day, their ideas, their whatever it is they want to share with the world, and the bot will take that on as a persona. That's what we
Well,
call it, digital persona.
what I found very interesting about it, and I'm very computer savvy, so we can't
Yes.
really use me as baseline. But let's say for the woman that at least knows how to open up her email, she'll be able to do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what we really want to look at. And if she isn't able to do it, then maybe her daughter will do it for. Here's what I envision, that when these women get to see what I'm doing with mine, and then they see what the results can be, they're going to say, I want one.
Yeah.
I want to have my own legacy. And keeping in mind that you and I were building this together, so there's going to be glitches, there's going to be things that we can't do, but we're growing with it, and we'll continue to keep growing with it until it keeps perfecting. Everyone knows that AI is getting better and better and better and better every single day, and so many new apps and things are coming out, and that's the same for us too. Well, it'll just
Yeah.
get better and better, and 2 years from now it certainly won't look anything like it does right now, but it'll have the same type of content. And the real bottom line is, it's all about you.
Yeah.
It's all about you, girls. It's all about you,
Mhm.
ladies. It's all about you, women. And that's not to say that men don't want to have a legacy, but we're talking about the Golden Life community here, so this is about
Exactly.
women only. Yeah, and plus the fact, I think women are more prone to have a spicier life.
Uh-huh.
When they tell a story, that story can be captured in really a great way. And of course, you
Yeah.
can do little things like video things, but that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about, I mean, we can upload videos to the avatar, but we're talking about real live interaction. Somebody's looking right into the picture of you, and they're either talking, or typing or talking,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they're saying, um, "Tell me about Kathy Tarochione,"
Yeah.
and that's on a broad level. But then you can go into, um, "Tell me who Kathy's first boyfriend was and what was he like."
Yeah.
Now, keep in mind that avatar will not know that unless I tell it.
That's until you tell it, right?
And so whatever you put in is what's going to come out. But then in addition to that, it's the way that they're going to come in, the way that the avatar comes forward. So I'm calling mine mini me. So mine is going to be able to say the things that I want it to say. And
Yeah.
I think that what we're planning on, Emiliano, is to have training sessions, and we're doing that through one of my broadcasts, which is the Golden Living Live podcast,
Yeah.
and that's where you and I will be able to do a segment on there about how to do this, how to do that, because there is a learning curve. No matter how you look
Yeah.
at it, anything you do, there's a learning curve. So don't just expect to go in there and you're going to know
Right.
everything there is to know about it. It's just not going to happen.
I think the biggest learning curve too, from my experience with people who are writing, developing their own living memoirs, is just thinking of what should I tell them about my life. It's like having a diary and not really knowing what to record. In fact, I
Right.
have a diary app now on my iPhone, and the iPhone actually recommends for me every day, based on the pictures that I've taken, what I should be writing about. Because so obviously, Apple has realized that most people don't exactly know what to write about, even though they have experienced the day already, but they don't know what to put in their diary. And so this is so
Oh,
the
really?
journaling.
You have an app that tells you that what you should write about based on your
That
pictures? Which app
it's
is
based.
that?
It comes with the iPhone.
Oh,
It's built into the iPhone,
what
and
version do
based
you
on
have?
the latest 16, I think it is.
Oh, okay. I'm on
Yeah, yeah,
11, so I have an
yeah,
older one.
yeah,
So I'm sure it doesn't
yeah,
have that. But that is a great idea. So you take a
yeah,
picture or you see a picture of something you like or your family, then maybe write
yeah,
about that. Yeah.
yeah. It's very, it's fascinating, and so I think this the golden legacy, living memoirs, is such an important element it will help people, women remember what they've experienced, record that for posterity, and then share it, because you can put it. They can have just a link with a link. Anybody can go to their bot, to their doppelganger, and talk to that bot, and or they can embed it on the website if they have a website. Most people don't have a website, so they'll be able to embed it. Just go with a link, and on their
Right.
phone, it'll take up the whole screen. So it's quite a fascinating project. I think will give a lot of value to the people in the Golden Life community.
Oh my gosh,
What?
yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And you know, I think I told you this before, Miliano, that I had a good friend of mine. His name was Jim, and he was a retired Army major. He decided that he wanted to write his biography. Now, he was a good writer and he really wanted to put it together, but because he collaborated with me, and if he said that it was the best time he ever wrote a book because he felt that there was somebody there with him. So that's one thing that happens. And
Mhm.
if you decide maybe you want to bring your daughter in, or you want to bring your son in, or you want to bring a friend or somebody in that can help you with writing the book, maybe they want to be the ones to do it for you.
Yeah,
You could do that too. You can have a ghostwriter or a collaborator
yeah.
with you.
And
But
we're coming up with a list of questions that are useful for people to think about their lives. And and when we have those weekly meetings for people who are developing their living memoirs, we'll be talking about these questions and helping each other. Well, I may not be there because I'm not a woman, but but your
but
community
you
will
can,
be
yeah,
there.
yeah.
We'll be there talking about what kind of questions can we ask each other about our lives, and even share that, share your thoughts with each other, so that you, as a kind of a testing mechanism. I'm now creating my mother's living memoir bot, and we have good conversations about it. I say, so, Mom, she's 90, and I say, Mom, what would you like people to know about your life? And we go on and talk about it, and which is a whole different element from what we did 10 years ago when my
Yeah.
father passed away. My father passed away 11 years ago, and he had written his memoirs, which we then published. And that was a whole other project, and a totally different character to it. And it's it was Socrates who said that he didn't like books because books were static, and because you couldn't argue with the author. And but with AI, we are able now to bring back an element of conversation, which we didn't have with books. Because with
Right.
and books, I'm not dissing books. Books have their value, but I think this is a whole new element. It's a paradigm shift in how people can interact with each other.
Yeah, it is, and it's true. Where do you start? Where do you
Yeah,
start? What do you work with? So they need to have that help. Maybe put it into categories, and uh to I call them buckets. Like it's
yeah,
almost like a file drawer. Yeah.
yeah. So tell me, Kathy, what other? I know you have some ideas for other bots for the Golden Life community, but you also have other plans for the Golden Life community. Some are in real life. So do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Well, we've just secured our first round of major funding for the Golden Life community, so we're really happy about that, and that will allow us to expand with the Golden Spaces, which is a legacy housing membership to, um, development that we're bringing into Las Cruces, New Mexico. It'll be about 25 units. We're very excited about it. And our Golden Connections program, which is the virtual community, that is actually integrated right into the golden spaces. So it's a natural transition, meaning that the women that are living in the golden spaces, they're actually members of the Golden Connections, and they're interacting with each other. And the
And Golden
purpose of the
Connections is online, right?
yeah, the Golden Connections is online, is virtual, and it's super simple what it is. It's a virtual community for women who want to connect at the heart level, but at times are whether they're very professional or whether they're very successful, they all still run into the same thing of depression, anxiety, isolation, loneliness. It happens to everyone, but some of that is because of the lack of mental strength. And so our platform is focused on building mental strength for the purpose of being able to be your own self advocate. When I was in the hospital this last time, honest to God, Emiliano, if I didn't have the Golden Connections to depend on, meaning the women that were there for
Yeah.
me, if I didn't have that, I wouldn't have been as forceful as I was in how my health care was managed. The doctors came in and we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Whoa, 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 time out, time out. Let's talk about it because I'm in charge here. I'm at the helm. It's my health. It's my body. Let's talk about it together. And I positioned myself right in the forefront, so that everything that had to be done to me was going to go through me
Yeah.
with an approval. If I didn't
Yeah.
feel I wanted to take, they wanted to intubate me, and I said absolutely not. They said, well, you could die. Well, then we'll take those chances. I didn't want to be intubated. Would I have not had the strength, the mental strength and wherewithal, even though I had COVID pneumonia and I had cognitive problems, I was able to overcome that. And that's where the Golden Connections comes in. So let me explain to your viewers
Yeah.
why this is important. We all know that if you have something that is really irritating you, like I said before, thoughts, emotions, and feelings, right away there's an addictive behavior that may occur. You may want to have a drink, you may want to take a pill, you may want to smoke a joint, you might want to do some of these things, and to calm you down or to put you in a different state of mind. Or you may want to call a therapist or schedule an appointment or whatever. But what we created is, we call it an alternative mental strength component, which means that you can go into what we call the mudroom. And the mudroom is where women can come in 24/7 into a video environment, 24/7, ring a bell, and other members will come in. We will sit there in silence, not talking, without any judgment, and listen to these women to this woman for up to 9 minutes, where she gets to talk about what's bothering her. This has been I can't tell you how many times I'm in the mudroom.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
always in the mudroom. But what's great about it is that I can just shake it off after that, and I feel better. I don't have addictive behavior, but I could. I could,
Mhm.
especially with all the complications I've had, medically. I could have resorted to that, and
Yeah.
that's been told to me many, many times, that when you have health that's affected by your mental capacity, this can occur, that you want to resort to that. So what we're finding is that women are not taking the pills,
Mm.
the antidepressants, and that they don't need
Yeah.
them
Yeah.
anymore. And we're
Interesting.
hoping that we'll be able to offer this as an insurance benefit, and that's what we're working on now. So
That's fantastic.
yeah.
That's an excellent concept. You know, women in this country in particular, overall tend to be more highly educated, more have greater emotional intelligence. and just are just doing better in life. And now what you're giving them is something else, because this community. You're right. You can help each other, but you have such a wealth of skill and knowledge in this community that it can be extremely powerful, just not for every individual within the community. Too bad the men won't be able to benefit from that, but they'll have their chance in some other
Right, right. Well,
situation.
the thing that I have found and that I've learned is we don't know how to be golden friends, men or women. Men actually are much better buddies. The women that have nurtured a friendship for life, they get it. They know how to do it.
Mhm.
But women that have friends that come and go, they have very few. They don't know how to be golden friends. And one of the, I think, and it seems that research says that the reason for that is because they don't know how to show up for each other. They just don't show up. You go on something like LinkedIn or some of these other platforms, and they're all rah, 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 I'm here for women, etc. And then they'll put out a notice, well, I'm having this this webinar, I'm having this show or something, and you invite them, and it's like crickets. Then
Yeah.
all of a sudden they don't show up. So friends don't come first. They
Mhm.
just don't come first, and friends should be first.
Yeah. So they learn to prioritize their children or their
Yeah.
husband. Yeah. So,
Yeah, relationships with your friends, they're the only ones that are not going to, if they shouldn't be critical of you. A golden friend shouldn't be critical, and they shouldn't judge, and they shouldn't offer advice. There's
yeah.
nothing worse for me if someone says, well, you know what you should do, Kathy.
Right.
Whoa. And I'll stop them right away. And I say, I don't need any woulda, shoulda, coulda.
So did you get this from 12-step programs? Because I've been involved in some 12-step programs, and that is how it generally goes about. Right? There's no crosstalk, and people are just able to talk. Is that
Actually, it was built on the premise of the 12-step program. Yeah, where
uh,
you sit in silence, you don't judge, and I think that's a great program. Well, I was in a battered marriage, and I was in Al-Anon a lot because my ex-husband, not the one that passed away. I was married
yeah,
before.
yes,
No,
I
uh,
gather that.
yeah, so I've been divorced and I've also been widowed and I'm single, so I've hit the whole gamut.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But
but anyway, so I belong to that, and it was very interesting, and I think that there's a camaraderie that occurs, but the method that they use is very effective, and it has been for many, many, many years. And you hear what I really like about a lot of the people that I talk to that have been recovering, let's say alcoholics or drugs or gambling or whatever, they always say, oh, I gotta go, I have to go to a meeting. They always want to go to a meeting. But in this case, this is online meeting. So
yeah,
come tell what you need to do. And the difference with this is that it's 24/7. You don't have to wait for a meeting to be there.
yeah.
And what we would
Well,
love to be able to have in the future now, as you know, Emiliano, is I wanted to have a golden soul avatar that could actually be in that mudroom.
because I was
That
going to
will,
ask you what happens if somebody isn't available or nobody's
yeah,
available.
right, yeah. Well, that's what we want. Is we're calling it the sympathetic
Yeah,
avatar, without giving any medical diagnosis or any medical advice
yeah,
whatsoever, just strictly comfort and feelings, the warm fuzzies, the
yeah,
I'm so sorry we're not able to be here right now, but I'm here and I can hear what you have to say,
yeah.
and respond to it. So that would be the wish list. And then my all-time favorite wish list would be when somebody comes to the Golden Connections. I would love to have an avatar that says, "Good morning, Kathy. I would love to be able to help you today. What are you looking for?" And I'll tell you what's going on in the community, and I'll steer you that way. That's what I would love.
We'll make that happen.
Yeah, one day that will happen. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So, Kathy, we're getting to the end of our time. I just wanted to say that you have so much energy. You have such, and I've known you now for several years, and I've seen the ups and downs, and and you're always bouncing back. It's very inspiring, and I know a lot of people who are inspired by your story and by your life, and I hope that all this just continues on. I think that you're the head of it for the moment, but I hope that we can see this the project continue on and with the spaces and the online community as well. And how can people know a little more about
Well,
the
they can
Golden
go
Life
online
community?
to our website. It's www.the goldenlifecommunity.com.
Great.
And we're on all social media platforms on LinkedIn and all that, and all of the links are on that website. I'm also on TikTok. I'm a TikToker.
Yeah, yeah. And you
Yeah,
also
at
have
79 years old, I'm a TikToker. Yeah.
yeah, great. And you also have a live show, right?
As a it's a podcast now. It was just a live show, but now it's a podcast too.
Okay, oh, great, excellent. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing more of this and contributing to the Golden Life community. And we will maybe have you back in a few months and give people an update where we are.
Okay. And thank you to your audience. I appreciate it. And namaste, my dear friend.
Take care. Yes, thank
Okay.
you, Kathy. This has been Brainwaves, the Knowledge Avatar Experience. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Please don't forget to follow us, subscribe, and share this podcast with your friends. Leave us a review so that more people can find us. Until next time.